Now I'm going to start to actually put my zipper pocket together. So I've got my two zippers. They're going to be going on either end of this piece. And a lot of people like to have their zipper slider to start off on the left. Supposedly right-handed people, that makes it easier for them to open it. And I find that that's probably true. So that's something that you want to be mindful of, that you're going to make sure that that zipper slider, when it's closed, starts off over there. Then I've got my two outside pieces, and these are basically going to go on either end here once I get the zipper in place. And then I have my pocket pieces that are going to go inside of the, they'll be the inside of my pocket. Now, I think what I'm going to do is make sure that I put the red ones, pocket linings down here with the beige zipper, and put the beige linings up here with the red zipper, just for some variety, just to make it look, you know, a little bit different. So I want to just make a little note that some people like to do the zipper, the outside, and the lining all with the same seam, and I don't do that. So, you know, you can do whatever you want. You can do it that way if you want to. I just find I'm a little bit more accurate, and I can see what I'm doing a little bit better if I don't sew all of that at one time. So it's just two passes across with your sewing machine instead of one. So you can do it either way. Like I said, I like this because I can see it. So now what I've done is I've just laid this on here. I'm not a pinner, and I'm not too much on measuring, but I've got a pretty good eye. So I've got this pretty evenly balanced between both edges, and my zipper tape, the open part of it in between the zipper tabs, is pretty evenly divided between there and there. And you can see I have about a half inch here that has the fabric and not the zipper tape. So that's going to make finishing this off a lot easier. And I want to line up I have my zipper face down, and I want to line the edge of my zipper tape with the edge of my fabric. And I'm just going to make a pass across here. Now, like I said, if you wanted to do everything at once, so the lining in, the zipper in, all at the same time, then you'd lay your lining over this, go over it right at the same place. But like I said, I like to see what I'm doing, so I don't do that. So I have my zipper slider down here. When I get down here, oh, and you see where my security tab is? The zipper's laying over the top of it. I'm going to go across. I'm going to get near that zipper slider. I'm going to go ahead and move it. I'm just going to move it past my zipper, past my foot. This machine has a really narrow foot, so I don't even need a zipper foot for it. By the way, in case anybody's interested, this is a Singer S16. And it's basically made by Janome. It's the same machine as the Janome 1600, which is a straight stitch industrial machine. And it's very fast. Its maximum speed is 1500 stitches per minute. And it really is a wonderful machine. And I got it at a wonderful, wonderful price. So, all right, I've got that sewed on. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put one of my lining pieces on that. So I said with my red zipper I was going to put the beige lining. So I'm going to lay the beige lining down, okay? I'm going to match up my ends so that they are in place. And you can see right here that they match up with the sides of the outside. And I'm going to move this zipper down so I can sew for a little while before I have to move that slider. And I'm basically just going to sew like I would sew a zipper in, just a straight stitch. I have so many people who say, oh, a zipper, it's so hard to do. I'm so scared of zippers. I don't even think I could do that. I'm thinking, if you do it this way, this is straight stitching. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's very, very simple. If you can sew straight, you can do this. So, you know, it's one of those things where people have had bad experiences trying to sew zippers in. Maybe they had a bad experience in home ec and junior high school sewing a lap zipper in the back of their jumper or something, and now they're totally and completely afraid to even try to sew a zipper in here. But as you see, I just sewed 2 straight seams, so how hard can that be? So here's how it looks on the back, and here's how it looks on the front. Now I'm going to press this a little bit, and then I'm going to run a top stitch right across here underneath this. And then that's going to kind of sew it down and sew it away from the zipper tape so that it won't be in the way of the fabric won't get caught in the zipper. Let me go do that real quick. Okay, I've pressed it. And now I'm going to do my top stitch. I think I better move this. It's not that you can't get around them, but then they kind of make a little bump there if your foot hits that zipper slider. So it's always good to kind of get it out of the way. Let's get it out of the way, go all the way across. And we have 1 of 4 of our sections done. Okay. Now this is going to be flipping up and getting in my way. So what I want to do is I want to take a pin and I want to pin it down and get it out of my way so I don't accidentally sew it into a seam where it shouldn't be. We'll release this in a little while after we're finished building the whole, putting on all of the pieces, and then we'll figure out where to sew the other half of the Velcro, which is the pile, or the hook part. Somewhere on this table. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be adding this section right here. And I'm going to do it the same way. I'm going to lay it down so that it matches the top of my zipper. The edges are lined up with the edge of the big piece here, the big center piece. The edge is lined up right here, and I'm just going to sew across. You know, now again, if you like to pin, go right ahead and pin whatever you feel comfortable with. I feel comfortable with just kind of holding things in place. Some people have been using this stuff called Wonder Tape, which I believe the Janelle MacKay tells us we can use to build the border on our flap. And they'll put the Wonder Tape down on the right side of the zipper and then just kind of stick it to the pocket fabric. And it's great stuff. I've used it on some of my other projects, and it's really, really wonderful. And it can help you to feel more confident about what you're doing and not have to mess with pins. So, you know, that might be a product you might want to look for if you feel like you need to have some little extra security when you're sewing these zippers in. So here we go. I've got to find that slider and move it out of my way. Usually just lifting your presser foot when you're trying to move the slider is enough space. It depends on the size of your zipper foot, because some of the zipper feet have like a little extra part out here. I know I have a Singer machine, and that's the way that zipper foot is shaped. And then I always have to kind of wriggle it around a little bit or lift my needle in order to be able to move the slider. So here we go. We got it put in, and all we need to do now is to iron this down and top stitch this, and then the one end is finished. you see these tabs are sticking out, okay? You're going to trim off part of this later on, but this part that you have hanging out here, that's what you really want to maintain and retain, because that is going to help you to turn this and make it be really neat because of the way we're going to sew up the sides. Okay, so now I'm going to do my beige zipper, and I'm going to do it exactly the same way I did this. I'm going to center it on here, face down, pin, wonder tape, wing it, however you want to do it, doesn't really matter.